All right, I'm back. We're here with our drill series. Piranha drill series, gonna work on our IM turns today. I'm running solo, so I do apologize. But here I go. I got my friend Chris with me. He's gonna start his sophomore year at Grinnell coming up this fall. So again, he's back in the water with me, gonna help me out with some IM turns. So what we're gonna start with, we're gonna have him come out past the flags. And we are going to start with the butter to backstroke turn, which for a lot of kids, believe it or not, it's pretty simple on paper. But you know what? A lot of them screw it up because they touch with two hands and then they throw their hands up like they're doing some kind of pseudo backstroke start. So Chris is going to show us the proper way to do a butter to backstroke turn. Go ahead, Chris. Okay, that was a really nice looking turn by Chris. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually do a little kind of like turn drills. We're gonna break it down. What you can work with little kids is you get them on the wall. You could even do it right here. We're gonna put Chris on the wall. We're gonna get his legs behind him, so you might have to kick him a little bit. And from here, what you do, your first motion is to start drawing your heels to your rear end and your knees in. There we go, as he pulls the arm to the side. So we're gonna go back in that position and slowly go through the whole turn. All right, heels in, knees in, arm to the side, towards the back, and then you push off, okay? So it's pretty much just like a butterfly or a breaststroke touch turn, except you level off on your back. So one more time and actually push off. Heels to the rear end, underneath. The next turn we're gonna do is the backstroke crossover. I think this is a turn that kids really need to start doing, even at maybe the tender age of 10, 11. Really start experimenting with this. I think it's the way to go. I think that the touch turn for back to breast is just too slow. Is this too slow, quite frankly? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Chris try some crossover turns. He's going to touch with what I call the top arm. So if he's leaning to his left, his right arm is going to touch the wall, and he's gonna get on his side. So he is on basically skating that razor's edge of going past vertical and getting disqualified. But if you practice it enough, all right, you could really, this is a really nice turn. So Chris, let's do it again. So again, the top arm, which is probably gonna be his right arm, he touches, he does do a little bit of a look, which is not the worst thing in the world. All right, and then he does a full pull out. What we're gonna do next, I'm gonna have Chris come on in. We're gonna work on some drills that could really help out some of the kids who are having a hard time wrapping their head around this turn. It actually took me a little while. I believe we did another video on it, and I explained how it took me almost about 1.5 years just to kind of get it through my thick skull, how to actually do this turn and how it should feel and how I could teach it. So one of the great drills you could do is, I'm gonna get Chris on his back, okay? And he's gonna touch with his right hand, and he's actually on his side. Okay, don't roll all the way over. Actually try and stay on your side. So you're gonna have to actually kick your feet. All right, there you go. Perfect, perfect. That's how you should touch, all right? Now I need him to breathe. Okay, so he's gonna breathe. You're gonna do it again. Now after you kick about 5 or 6 kicks, roll into the turn. All right, so you could get the kids on their sides, top arm touching. I'm gonna have him kick a few times just to keep him up, and then he's gonna roll right into the turn. So basically, after you touch, it turns into a backstroke flip turn. All right, let's do that one more time and actually fulfill the whole turn. Okay, so he's on his side, top arm touching, as I like to call it, into the flip, pushes off, into a breaststroke pull-out. And very nicely done. And again, that's a drill you could work with your kids. It may take a little time, it may take a whole practice, it may take a whole week. All right, I think it's worth learning. Okay, or at least worth experimenting with. You know, these kids will love it. It's an athletic movement, and I think overall, no matter what, it can only be good for them. All right, the next turn we're gonna do is the breaststroke free turn, which is pretty much a normal turn, normal breaststroke turn, but again, it doesn't hurt to go over this with your kids. Can only make their breaststroke and butterfly turns better. So what I'm gonna do is have Chris now do a breast to freestyle turn. We're gonna get Chris here doing a breast to freestyle turn. It is a normal breaststroke turn, but again, it never hurts to work on these. As I've always said, I think we worked on, we worked on breaststroke and turns before in another video, and he really has a really great, fast breaststroke turn. Again, very nice breaststroke, 2 hands, 1 arm to the side. And again, what I like about his turn the most is that he goes out the way he came in. So basically, he'll come in, he's not turning his shoulders over, he's slicing through the water and going out the same way he came in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring him in, we're gonna slow it down just a little bit. All right, and here we go. We got Chris on the wall. He's kind of putting his 2 hands on the wall like you would 2-hand touch. He's gonna slowly, again, and it's similar to the butter to back turn, where he's gonna draw his heels in, knees under, arms to the side, and slice. And we're gonna see him get on his side and almost slice back in the water. Here he goes. Ready, go. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. Whenever you're ready. Right there, arm to the side, turns his shoulders, hand behind the head goes towards the ceiling, and he goes out the way he came in. All right, there you go. There are all the IM turns. I want to thank Chris. There he is, on his way into his sophomore year at Grinnell.